Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. We are back. We're not going to have the longest video tonight, but we are going to have a video looking at the brand new promo, guys. So we have Road to the Final 2. We did look at this. Sorry, Road to the Final first team, but we've got a lot more players. We've got 18 total players in this promo, which in my opinion is a lot. I think that's a lot of players. So we did get 18 players. I don't know if that's including the objectives or not. We did get something pretty interesting in the objectives, which we will talk about. But we do have a very nice Martinez card. I believe his first name is Lisandro Martinez, medium high. I like this card a lot. And so these are Road to the Final cards. Now, just so you guys know, last year the way that these cards upgraded was in the way that with the knockout stages, if they won the first leg of the knockout stage, they could get an upgrade. And then if they actually went through to the next round, they also got an additional upgrade. So the way that this is going to work this year is because this promo is just a little bit late. The teams that played last week, which was 8 teams, those teams to get the first... So there's still going to be an opportunity for a double upgrade. Basically, it's going to be for the next week's games. So the teams playing this week, if the team that has a card wins the first leg, they will get an upgrade. And then for the teams that had already played last week, if they win the second leg and they advance, that will get 2 upgrades. If they win the second leg but they don't advance, that will get 1 upgrade. And if they just advance and they don't win the leg but they go through to the next round, they will get 1 upgrade. Hopefully that makes sense. And then every round that these guys will go on, they get an upgrade. So this card is really interesting to me because I think that he's very versatile. I think the links are really nice. We kind of seem to get a ton of crazy Eredivisie cards. So I like the links with the Ajax, and I like the Argentina links. I think that offers a lot for squad building. I am a fan of this objective. It is through squad battles or rivals, which can be challenging. You have to score in 10 separate games, but it's a nice card, and they're playing Benfica. Benfica was solid in the group stage, but I do think Ajax are just hot. I think they'll get the best of Benfica. So I think there's actually a potential for this to be an 89 just even after this round, right? If they come away winning the first leg and they go through, you're looking at an 89. And then if they get a favorable matchup in the next round and Ajax stays really hot, this is like a 90 rated card from objectives. Now, I'm going to be honest. It's rare that we do get meta and good cards from objectives. But with the work rates, the dribbling, and the defending, I do like the look of this card a lot. I think it's nice. I already started the objective today. So EA basically put in something kind of similar to the DKT. You have 14 days to do it. You can only play 5 games a day. So if you play it every day, you could play 70 friendlies, right? And out of those, you have to win 21. So people that are saying it's a sweat fest, I think that's a bit overrated. You basically have to win 1 or 2 out of 5 every day. And friendlies has skill-based matchmaking. So I won my first 2. And I already played like a sweat, and I changed my team around. I tried to have a little bit more fun with it today. Played some guy with Fofana, Ginola. So there's going to be, sweats in this mode. But I like this from EA. I think, for me, this has a bit of a feeling of a DKT. I'd like to see EA do more of this and utilize this in friendlies. Make friendlies a little bit competitive because for me, maybe not for you guys, I don't really enjoy boosting or doing these like golden goal things. I like competing, so I like that this is a bit more competitive. Maybe the rewards could be a bit better, but hey, it's a 45, a 55, a jumbo, rare for the group. You get XP for the season, some 25s. It's nice fodder regardless, right? You might not get anything, but to log on and play 5 a day, it's really not harmful. So I like it. I thought this was nice from EA. People are complaining about it, but for me, I look at it and say it's better than nothing, right? Now, we did get a SBC today. We got a Showdown. I'm not too sure what I think about the Showdown today. I'll be quite honest with you. The SBC, it's an 86 and an 83, I think, for both. They're both around 200,000 coins. I think DePaul is about 2K cheaper. Even with the upgrade, it's a bit of a weird one, man. Like, this guy looks good, but 3-star weak foot. The links are nice. Maybe if you have Correa, it's worth a shout. I think Eric Bailly does look really good. I just have a problem that he has 71 stamina. But I may end up, completing this card potentially. And I think if you have Varane or Shaw, this is definitely a card that you should pick up. De Gea Player of the Month. That makes a lot of sense. He's going to be good in game. Eric Bailly, every single year that he actually does have a card that has pace that would fit in with the gameplay style is always good. So I've not really seen a year where Eric Bailly is bad. I just worry about that stamina a bit. For me, at center back, like to have 80 minimum stamina. I think that's really important to have. I think 80 minimum stamina is what you would like to see. I do expect a player SBC to come out tomorrow. I think that will be a part of tomorrow's, gig with the content. I think that's what we're going to get. And yeah, so we did get some pretty crazy players today. I've already tried out Gareth Bale. He was actually really good. So if you want to see that on the second channel, you can check that out. He was very impressive. Like, I was pretty surprised. Some of the boosts are really nice. And I think, what people are hesitating to realize is that all of the cars that are in packs are live items, right? And so a lot of people are saying this is a super dead promo. And I disagree, right? Because I think that we have a lot of cards now that are going to make for some real fun during these games. And I also look at it in the perspective that some of these cards could be absolutely incredible. We've got so many cards in this promo that are actually above like 200, 300K, which in this current market, guys, as you know, that's a lot, right? That's a lot to have cards above that price point in this market. For me, at least, that tells quite the story. So if we go road to the final, we'll be able to find the filter. Nice that EA added that, nice and quick for us. So here you can see, right? We've got road to the final Kimpembe. He's actually more than Team of the Year Marquinhos, which is just crazy. But we all know how good Gold Kimpembe is in game. The dynamics should get added soon, I would imagine. So, PSG have already won that first leg, but it's a bit of a tough one because, man, you're going to see some crazy price fluctuations because PSG is now going to go to Madrid. They're going to play them in the second leg. If PSG advance, he's only getting a +1. But if PSG actually, get a goal and go ahead and win, and they advance, this is going to be an 89 Kimpembe. Like, that's just crazy. Right? So you're going to see a lot of price fluctuations with these cards, as we head into the Champions League. There's going to be a lot of gambling on these guys. I think this year I'm going to full send it too. I didn't really do it last year, and we've been having fun with trading and, doing SBCs and packs this year. So I do think I'm going to try my best, especially when EA drops, potential player picks or whatever upgrade packs on Monday. I'm going to do a lot of them because I want to pack these guys on tradable. But I also am going to go on the market and buy some of these guys because, look, like, if PSG end up making a run in the Champions League, to the best of my knowledge, if they win it all, I think Kimpembe would be like a minimum 92, 93, which would just be insane, right? That's just a crazy card. And some of these road to the finals towards the end of the year are always incredible anyways. So these cards are awesome. That Kimpembe is obviously really crazy. They should keep dropping for a couple hours. They may rise tomorrow. That's kind of what happens with new cards. But as of right now, they're very expensive. 184 for Renato, but like the upgrade this guy got on his signature series card is crazy. It's really, really, really crazy to see like this card and what it offers, right? 4-star, 4-star. You got the high work rates. You got some really nice dribbling stats. That's the thing with Renato that makes him super unique is that Renato in game is just so good on the ball. His positioning plays way better than his defensive stats say. And for me, what's really nice about Renato is because he has the 99 shot power, his shooting is extremely underrated, right? Shot power is extremely important with people who, take shots in game. It makes the finishing feel a lot better than it actually is. Good stamina as well, amazing strength and amazing aggression. And what I do like as well is that he comes with a lot of traits, and that's why Renato feels so good on the ball. So for me to see him, at that price point, it's not too surprising to me. Now the thing is, I believe Lille is playing Chelsea. Not the easiest matchup, right? But that'll be one of those things where, if Lille actually pull that off, you'll probably see Renato soar in price. Because, for me, Chelsea's probably expected to win that tie. And, it will be crazy. Bale is pretty much a similar situation. Bale is still in the – what I like is that Bale is actually – even though they lost the first leg, Bale is still in contention where if Madrid pull this thing off, Madrid, to advance to the next round, they're going to have to win the next leg against PSG. So if they do it, Bale's going to get a +2. That's the only way the Madrid goes through, right? There's no away goals. They're down 1-0. They've got to win the game. So that will be very interesting. I like the selection with Bale. We've got Tolisso from Bayern. I thought this card is okay. What I didn't like is that he's still 3-3, but I think the links are really nice. And I'm not the, I love Bayern guys, but I don't think Bayern are going to go crazy this year. I do think that Bayern, I think that we're looking probably at a 90 Tolisso because they did tie in the first leg against Salzburg. I do think that they will probably win the next leg. And so they'll probably get the +2, which is nice because we should be getting a 90 Tolisso with some really nice stats. To all you guys with Davies, Sule, I'm sure many of you guys have those cards. This is a nice card to add to your club potentially. But look, already 100. I think for Tolisso, I think he's already like 159K, which is just crazy, right? Because you think about the price of him now. Imagine what it'll be next week. You're looking at probably like 70, 65, 80K. That's just crazy. All these cards have been dropping all day though. Even Ansu Fati earlier today was, I think, all the way up in like the high 800s to start with, and now he's 440, and he's not even selling. But for me, this card is interesting with Barca. Again, they're in the same situation where I believe like, this next match is going to be the +2 potential for them to go through. Fati's a little bit more interesting to me because he does need a lot of upgrades. And I think this card is going to feel quite generic with the low strength and really low shooting stats generally. I mean, the finishing is high, but all around it looks, closer to that low 80 mark. So this will be an interesting card to see how this progresses. I still think most of Vinny's cards are going to be a lot better than that Fati. But look, if you're a Barca fan, you got another Barca card in the game. What can you complain about, right? Sadio Mane looks really, really crazy. 1.42 for him. He's very rare, which is like the interesting thing. Like almost nobody's packed this guy. When I'm looking on the market, there's only like 10 of these cards, which is kind of crazy. So, super, super rare card. Looks really good. This card really reminds me of Foot Freeze Mane. I was just going to mention that I think he looks really similar to that card, and that card was incredible. So Mane, as he starts to get upgrades, we had his Team of the Year in FIFA 20, I think. Mane always has a pretty crazy card when he's kind of maxed out. So watch out for Mane to be pretty good. Wouldn't be surprised if that card is, doing the madness for a lot of people. Kai Havertz, also a pretty interesting card. He's 220. Not the biggest fan of him as of right now, because I still think he's missing a lot. I think he's clunky, but nice for Chelsea fans to get this card. I think he would need a bunch of upgrades to be a bit more usable, but nice to have, an on the market road to the final card for Chelsea fans. I think EA's doing a bit better of a job of giving a bunch of players cards rather than just, a bunch from one team. Alex Telles is a nice Prem left back. He's up to 264. I think a lot of people have Varane, a lot of people have De Gea, a lot of people have Bailly. So this card should do really well trading-wise in the next week. The Brazil links are really nice. The Man U links are really nice. A lot of people have Flashback Varane. When I play the game, many people are using Flashback Varane as a center back. So don't be surprised to see him trending a lot more than other cards in packs. He'll probably be going up and down a good amount. Nice left back in the Prem, though. Alexis Sanchez is really nice. I think would have liked to see this guy boosted just to that 4-4 at least. But finesse shot trait. And Alexis is always a really fun card to use in FIFA. Really good dribbling. So for me, like, player selection was really good in this promo. I even think Quadrado has like the Hullet Gang stats. I like that. You can switch him in game to center mid. He'll be a beast. Jamie Vardy as a 90. Leicester's in the Conference League, so potentially Leicester could do some madness there and get a lot of upgrades. I think he'd be looking at a 95, maybe 96, 94. So that could be a nice card. A little early team of the season. Vardy. Smalling, not the best. I think he had 65 acceleration, which is not ideal. Lozano's already 41K. So you get to this dilemma with these cards where some of them are going to be usable in game. Your Renatos. Obviously, I forgot to talk about Llorente. Boy, oh boy, is this card insane. I wanted to say this. This is a pro player card. This Llorente is nuts. Crazy card. Him and Renato are going to be top tier meta. But you've also got the potential with some of these cards where they're like just straight gambling cards, right? And that's kind of the part of this promo as well, is that you'll see some pretty big fluctuations in the market depending on what's happening in these games, right? And that's what's pretty cool about some of these cards. And that's what really makes this promo like a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of these guys, maybe Juve's facing Man City, right? And Juve pulls off a crazy upset based on their draw today with Torino. I doubt it, but potentially, right? And that's one of those things where like Quadrado could be like 100K. And, if they pull off that upset, everybody's like, oh my God, now Juve have a chance to win it all, right? And he goes from like 100 to 220. So for me, like on the market, I have seen some of the most absurd rises with the road to the final cards in my trading, career of a decade now. This is probably the promo that I've seen some of the craziest fluctuations with, genuinely. Now, in terms of the account, not doing too much, guys. We did a club stock the other day of fodder. I did invest in some future stars, Tomiyasu, and I bought him at 51. He's doing okay. Other than that, we're not too invested. We bought a lot of informed Jordi Albas and Koulibaly's. I think, they're at 40K. I think I'm just going to wait for another kind of SBC to drop with Team of the Week requirements. It seems to be weekly. And I think at that point, I'll probably have a chance to sell those guys a lot closer to probably that 45, 50 mark, where that price point becomes a lot more worth it to sell at rather than right now. Now, I did sell some golds really, really inflated this week. There's a bunch that I can think of right now, but let's take a look at a couple of them. So I think I had sold, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like what I really remember selling. Okay, so like Gerard Moreno, I did a club stock last Saturday of a lot of these, 85 to 91 golds, and I probably made like close to $1 million. So it was very easy investing. The return on my investment was like 20%. So I do want to look at doing that again. I sold Moreno at like 26 this week. All right. And he's back down again. So listen, man, fodder, this is the easiest way to make coins. He's not as low as I would like him, but he was up at like 25 at a point this week. So I think what I'll probably do as well is tomorrow, you know, just hope that there's not a lot of content as well, and probably stock my club with high rated sometime tomorrow or on Sunday. Saturday, you know, based on the SBCs we got today, I'm expecting that we'll probably get a player SBC tomorrow for the promo. We really haven't had one. We had the Martinez objective, and I just don't think that EA is going to release like a crazy SBC. Maybe we get a player pick, but usually those are like 84 or 85. The 84 plus player pick or the 85 plus player pick. So, you know, club stock is really the best way to consistently just make coins. And I'm just going to keep doing it because it's a really nice return. I won't go on a sign or anything because I have to open packs for content, but I will do that. And when I do that tomorrow, I'll share it with you guys and we'll just see how it goes. I mean, I'm already kind of hedging my bet, I guess, because from the club stock last week that I did, I made so many coins that even if I club stock on Saturday and fodder doesn't really go up this week, it just goes down, I'm still in the money with how much I made. I forgot to sell Oblak and Lewa, but they were probably a lot higher. They're like 70K, you know, around there, 71. So at this point, I'll just hold because I think they're going to continue to go higher. But you can see, right, we even cleared out all of our 84s. So we sold most of our club stock this week. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a good Friday night. See you guys later. Peace.